Hello and welcome to the Ring It On podcast. I am Jordan from Exo Sounds. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are here today talking event coordination and styling and all the things again with the wonderful Savannah from Weddings by Savannah.
Good to be here.
How you going?
I'm good.
You good?
Good.
You nervous?
A little.
No,
I always get nervous when speaking.
No,
but I always warm up. So
it's all good. No, I'm not worried at all. There's nothing to be nervous about at all. We're just having a nice little chat to learn all about what it is you do and all that kind of stuff. So how are you? You good?
I'm good.
And season's finished?
Done, dusted.
Ish? Yes?
Oh, ish. I finished my last wedding about 3 weeks ago and just wrapping up the final stuff. And then just moving into the next stage of admin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone was asking me that the other day.
Yeah.
Someone goes because my season's long. Because I keep going to about June-ish.
Yeah.
And I do take a little bit of time off. But, they're like, so what, you're just free to sit around now? And I was like, no. Now I do everything that I can't do when I'm doing freaking 4 weddings a week, right? This is what I'm doing now. I'm here to, organise fix the back end, fix the questionnaire, fix the website, make the videos, record the podcast. It's like, I don't just sit here. I don't just sit here watching reruns of Friends, which would be delightful. Yeah. I do think I would look back as an old man, though, and think I had wasted a lot of time if that was the case, Do you like the show Friends?
I do. I love it.
Yeah?
It's on the same thing, reruns, just in the background.
I think a lot of people that do admin have a dumb show that they have on in the background.
Mine currently is Two Broke Girls.
Two Broke Girls?
Yeah.
I never watched Two Broke Girls, but maybe that's something with my age.
Yeah.
But I remember studying for my HSC requirements, and I had the show Alias, which was quite an intense Jennifer Garner show. I think I watched 3 seasons of Alias whilst trying to be academically successful. So it worked.
Yeah.
It did,
yeah.
but anyway. So how did you get into all this? Where are you from? Tell us about Weddings by Savannah.
Yes.
Are you a coordinator and stylist, or are you just tell us all about it.
Mostly just focused on the coordination side of it.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of brides that bring their own decor, so it's more the styling of setting those up for them.
Sure.
Rather than providing the goods.
Yep.
But so born in Tassie.
Yep.
And then the family moved us up to Queensland during primary school. So I spent about 11 years in Queensland.
Lovely.
Just doing the schooling.
Yeah.
Where I actually found my love of events.
Yeah.
So we got just through sport. Because in clubs you got asked to volunteer at events. So we just went along and I was like, I love this.
What do you mean? So like a swimming club? Would you say swimming club?
Yeah. So swimming or through hockey.
Yeah.
They've always sort of get your fundraising. So
yes, they do, yes.
So we'll just send people out, go to sporting events. So it was mostly just the being in Noosa or the triathlons. So you just go and stand and watch all the people come through and guiding them.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what? I love this. Why not make a career out of this?
That's cool.
Yeah.
So were you doing the sports or you were just a fan? Or
just a fan.
You just like going to events and helping out?
Yeah.
I've met people like that back in the day. They're always like, I remember when I used to tour with music stuff, they'd always be like, I'll come help your merch desk. I'll come do this, because they just like being around the back of it, right?
Yeah. So, it was just kind of family took us along. Because we were so young, we couldn't do it by ourselves. So mum and dad would have to come with us and
for sure
just supervise us. But we'd stand there and go, great job, guys.
Yeah,
get
great.
This
I love that.
And then, so during through schooling, I was like, I really want to do event management in some way. So did my diploma in events just to get the entrance.
Yep.
And then just went on and get my a Bachelor of Business in event management and
Amazing.
tourism. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So you're actually a qualified event person. You really get it. Now, from what I know, because I obviously learned about events coming into it late, because obviously a musician that was playing at lots of events. But once you start learning about the world of events and the trainee people, it's a huge industry.
It is.
It's you normally get a job at some corporate thing and have to organise the people with the degrees, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of the pathway, isn't it?
So you, after you finish, you kind of will go into a corporate job and be their community and events lead and doing all their workshops. And that, or the other path is to go to someone say in Tassie, the Party in the Paddock crew, and to be I do this, can I jump on and be your support crew kind of thing? But yeah, a lot of the corporate jobs, like once you finish your degree.
Because they're the people that are emailing me all the time. And like, you know, you can imagine, right? They're all I was talking to one person just before you got here about there were 500 people coming for a whaling convention, an anti-whaling, a whaling rule. I did I wanted to check, which is like, so it's about whaling. And I was like anti-whaling, right? Not pro-whaling, right? I don't know if I want my brand attached to the pro-whaling movement. Is there even a pro-whaling movement?
I have no idea.
There would be in the Scandinavian countries. But you learn like these people that kind of are sending you these emails that like they have such a mega job, like a wedding, but they are coordinating hundreds of people, flights, accommodation, transport, entertainment, food, everything for sometimes days and days and days.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are always emailing me and are always shocked and surprised when I'm like, no, I got it. It's all good. And she's like, oh. Yeah. Excellent. So it's just going to work. It'll work.
It'll work out.
Down here in Tassie, in Sydney, it used to be a little bit more of a shit show, to be honest. But down here, you're like, I know where I'm going. I know what's going to be there. It's going to be fine. She's like, oh, excellent. Okay, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, that's super cool. So you decided, did you ever get one of those jobs?
No. So I finished my degree and I thought, well, I needed a bit of a break. So
in Brisbane or back?
In Sunny Coast. So
nice.
Yeah. So I just thought I'll go and do a bit of a travel. So I went and lived in Orlando for a year, doing a cultural exchange program through the university.
Cool.
So yeah, over there for a year.
Florida.
Yeah.
Gator country. Not Orlando, more Disneyland than Orlando.
But yeah, no, never saw a gator.
Did you go to Disneyland?
Yeah. So part of the cultural exchange was actually working at Disney World for a whole year.
What?
Yeah. So that was a great...
as an employee at Disneyland? Doing what? Like not an actor or a thing?
No, just quick service, food and beverage.
Everything?
Yep. So I worked in a 5-story arcade for 6 months and then went out to food trucks and then got to go and stand in...
I can't even imagine it.
It's... like I lived in a Disney bubble for.
Did you love Disney before going, or it was just part of it? Okay.
Yeah. So
had you ever been before to any of them?
No, never been overseas.
I'm taking the girls to Tokyo, and like they don't know about Disneyland yet. Okay. In the sense that they don't. Like I don't think Disney's a thing as much as I mean Disney Plus is now a big thing, but they're not really aware of what a theme park is. And I'm at that point where I was like, because they're 5 and 6, and they'll be 6 and 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I maybe just not mention it? Or is it the greatest thing they'll ever do? So I should probably do it. I mean, I think I've got to go with option 2. But they're certainly not obsessed yet. But you were a pre-obsessed person?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Always a Disney fan. Yeah. And then this program came up and I was like, I'm going to see if I can even get in. Yeah. So went, quick service, food and beverage. Just got ended up going to work in one of the theme parks.
It must be massive. What do you mean by one of the theme parks?
So Disney World has 4 different theme parks.
Oh my God, okay.
So it's if you go for a week, you have to, it's one day at each theme park.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Had no idea.
Yeah.
Hope it's not like that in Tokyo because that seems like I don't think I can bear more than a few hours.
I think Tokyo's just like the one.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's hope so. Hey? Yeah. I mean, God damn. Because
they're
not my favourite thing. Whilst you like it, I don't think they're my favourite thing because one of the things I hate more than anything in life is waiting in line.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore, I don't think I'm suited very well to going to one of these places. No. I hate waiting. No. Nothing's worth. There's very few artists or musicians or anything that I would wait for. I can't even think of. I can think of 2, but I won't say. But that's kind of part of the gig, right?
Yeah. It's just the waiting in line. Could be waiting there for 3 hours if you're keen to wait. But no, we had my friend had a maximum of if it's an hour and a half, we're good. Anything over that, I'm not coming back.
All right, and even if you're an employee, you couldn't just cut the back. No, I guess you couldn't. No. That would be terrible. Because I'm assuming there's an enormous support staff there. It's probably like a cruise ship.
I think there was one theme park. One theme park had 400 employees. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Just to get the day-to-day going.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And you imagine that over 4 theme parks plus like a shopping centre kind of thing.
Yeah, there's no cutting the line for staff then, is there?
No.
Oh, that's great. And so when did you come back then?
So I moved back to Tassie in 2017. So came back from overseas, couldn't get a job in the sunny coast. So I thought, you know what? I have a grandmother that lives in Bridport. Go and stay there.
Nice.
So my idea was to come down for 3 months.
Yep.
And then go back to sunny coast, try again. That was 8 years later, and I'm still here.
That's how I moved to Sydney. I was going for 3 months, and then who knew? I was 18 years old. I was like, I'll just go and see what happens. And then I was like, 10, 15 years later. You know?
Yeah. So I was in, so I worked in food and beverage at Barnbougle for 6 months, just kind of lived the beach life for 6 months.
In Bridport there?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And then...
I haven't been there for years. It's still really nice up there.
Still really nice. It's grown.
Is it?
Yeah, like there's more
It's super far from here. Is it?
Yeah. So I think from Launceston, it's just an hour. So from Hobart, we're 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been up there. I've had a couple of inquiries to go up there, but I have never quite made it because there's something about the northwest that's always pumping, but the northeast is this like...
Yeah.
It's kind of only Bridport.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you have the coast until Bridport, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. But So and then after that, what, you go to Lonnie?
Yeah. So I, during winter, obviously, as Tassie just kind of slows down a bit, I got a job at Country Club up at Prospect. So went into food and beverage there, and then 3 years into the job, I got an opportunity to become event coordinator.
Wow.
So end up getting into that corporate after a bit more experience.
Yeah.
So I was with organising all the events, the graduations.
Yep.
Yeah, sort of alongside a fully like established business.
Yeah.
And then so as the junior, I got given all the events that no one wanted to do.
Yep.
So got given the weddings.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why would no one want to do the weddings?
I think
they have. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine if you had a choice of easy and hard things to do. They're going to be
more choose the fun like corporate events over the weddings. So got given the weddings and just absolutely loved coordinating them.
The day,
So kind of build up to doing more bigger functions, and then obviously COVID happened and the world kind of stopped for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we had to change a bit. So and that's when I had a wedding come in. It was my first like proper fully coordinated one where I was there on the day. Doing all the running around. I was like, I love this.
That's great.
Can I make a job out of it?
Yeah. And then you did.
Yeah. Yep. So I kept, after a while, I moved over to the university doing logistics support. Yep. So that went really well in terms of like, I could do this. I want to do focus on the coordination side. So kind of did a certificate in wedding planning just to build it up.
Where does one do those? Because someone else mentioned that the other day. Is it an online thing?
Yep. So Australian online courses.
Yeah.
So it's 12 months self-paced.
Yep.
And then, so you actually have to go out and talk to people about. So I ended up talking to an event coordinator at Joseph Cromie.
Oh,
just interviewed her and I'm like...
Who was that?
Melanie.
Okay,
Yeah. So...
They've had a few different ones recently, actually. Yeah.
So just during the course, I spoke to her and got a bit more of an understanding of like working with a venue and then kind of what I would need to focus on. Mm-hmm. And then just started the business, and that's 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
And it's going very well.
It is.
It is. It's awesome. Because you kind of, it's like your full-time thing now. You're just doing it. It's awesome.
Yep. So I...
and you've moved down here now too.
Yeah. Yep. So the wedding seasons kept taking me down to Hobart. So a lot of travel, and I thought, you know what, I'll just move down here.
Come on down.
Still commuting a lot. Because I obviously travel statewide for weddings.
Yeah.
But just kind of thought I'll make Hobart my home, and I'm loving it.
That's great. So you're more of a coordinator on the day. So when do you get involved in most people's weddings? In the sense that there's a lot of people, that there's kind of like coordinating. There's planning, coordinating, and then there's like day of running, and then there's obviously styling as well. And most people do both. Some people do one better than others, or more than some people are booked for us. So when are you coming on board for somebody's wedding?
So I come on board about 6 weeks out.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how are you marketing yourself as like a day assistant?
So mostly like an on the day coordinator.
Yeah.
It's not purely on the day. Like
no, of course.
Yeah, we don't just rock up. But yeah, so I market myself as like I'm for any couple that it's organising their wedding, but just need someone that extra support. Just come in 6 weeks out.
I needed you on my wedding. That's the only thing I've ever said that we regret about our wedding. It was just like I was doing setting up at my own wedding until 12, and then put a suit on. somewhere else and then came back. And like I was there at 7 o'clock the next morning packing down.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish I had somebody to help me with all this. Like that would have been the one thing that we would have spent more money on.
Yeah.
Because we had a good crew helping. Yeah. But I also, I'm a bit of an advocate now. Like I don't want to ask too many people too many favours either. Yeah. So is that kind of what you're doing? You're a bit of a clipboard warrior, making sure everyone's...
Yeah, so we come on 6 weeks out, sort of when everything is needing to start to be confirmed. Or
So someone's booking you before that.
Oh yeah. So we get booked out. So so someone kind of reaches out, probably a good between the year to 6 months out.
Yep.
I've had someone book me 2 years out, just because they know they will need someone on the day.
For sure.
So they book me, say, 12 months out. We lock it in. I'm still in the background because if they've got questions, like, they can fire it at me.
Oh, for sure. And are they coming to you kind of with a venue already locked and the planners and stuff like that? As in, they got a photographer and a musician?
Yeah.
Obviously, Exo Sounds.
Yeah. So most couples come to me with already...
They already have that.
They've already got they've fully got all their coordinated, their vendors.
Vendors and stuff.
Yeah. But we could be the last person they book because...
Interesting.
Yeah. Or I found out that we're potentially they book the venue, they book the photographer, and then someone's mentioned to them, hey, like that venue, you might need a coordinator.
Yeah.
So we could be potentially the third person they book.
For sure. What do you think makes a venue that does need a coordinator? Is it just the blank canvas ones?
I would say any venue would potentially need a coordinator. It would depend on the level of service they have. Yeah. So for something like Glendale or Frogmore Estate, they're fully set up.
Yeah.
So if we're on board, we might just be someone that's setting up the styling or just being there for the MC just to make sure that they're on track.
It's the point of contact.
Yeah.
And it's the moving of the flowers from here to here, making sure that the bouquet is somewhere and blah, 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 right? And it's moving dresses and things and all that stuff.
It's all the little things that a family member could do, but...
A family member always forgets.
Yes. Or you don't want them to be in the middle of family photos and going those flowers should have been moved.
For sure.
Where you could be, I could be in the background going, hey, they were moved 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're all good.
Because there's I think that online people really do discuss when do you need a coordinator? Do you need a coordinator? And it is kind of, sometimes it's not optional.
Yeah.
If you've got a blank canvas and someone's dropping off tables and chairs and things, because you'll do that. That's you're setting tables, and that's your styling limit kind of thing. You're not designing the layout.
No. So I have a range of packages based on everyone's needs. So one of the packages is called DIY styling. You give me your setup. And I go in and set it up because sometimes you can't set up a marquee the night before.
No, for sure. So that's when Salters is reversing a truck in and dumping everything and then you're rocking up.
Yep. And
Well, that's good. That's good. That makes sense. Yeah. Someone's going to do it.
Yeah, someone has
Salters
to do it.
aren't going to do it.
No. So I'd say you really need a coordinator if you're having a private property or a blank canvas that, no one's going to set up the tables and chairs for you.
Yeah. And you can't do it as a bride on the day. You really can't. As a bride on the day, you got to be having a good time.
Yeah.
And you got hair, and you got makeup, and you got clothes, and you got things else.
Yeah.
Some people can. Grooms can do more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's something you don't want to be having to stress about on the day, because it takes way longer than you think.
Yeah. And most of my couples, they have family members that are so helpful that they'll come out for an hour or two, and then we give them a deadline of you guys need to go.
Yeah,
Get ready, leave whatever's not done. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so styling wise, are you doing what they've placed out, they've told you or sent you photos or something?
Yeah. So I always say to couples, send me a mock table of or layout, and we kind of do our best to kind of match it. Sometimes they give me free rein, but
do you like that?
Yeah. Because there's sometimes if they say I really like the flowers there, and you go, actually it might not work, can I
sometimes you got to override them. Sometimes you do, right? You got to make things work, right? You do. Yeah.
But so mostly it's just in terms of styling, it's their stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And that's all the signage and extra
Yeah.
stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
You're making sure all that stuff is.
Because a lot of couples now are making their own stuff.
Yes.
So they've got a plan in their head of this is how I like it. and we just kind of make sure we replicate
that's awesome.
it. Yeah.
And is that the most common package that you've been booked for?
Mostly the most common is the day of coordination.
Right.
A lot. It used to start off as just the day and maybe a few hours before to do rehearsal and all that, but now a lot of people are doing like the whole day before and the pack down as well, because no one needs to be up at 10 a.m. packing up solstice equipment.
And a lot of venues have to get it out to open up to do whatever they're going to do and stuff like that. So that's interesting, because I think a lot of other coordinators are planning and booking vendors and doing all that stuff, but this is a real like coordination thing. I like it, because that's your specialty. You must know it and you love it.
And I love the logistics side of it, because it's the looking at the timeline going, actually, you haven't left enough time here for us to go down the line for you to be on the dance floor at the particular time you want to.
So you'll mess with their timelines as well, like that, from a run sheet perspective? Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned logistics, actually. I have a degree in journalism that I finished a long time ago, because I'm an old man, and I've never used it. Well, someone could argue I'm using it right now, but I'm not. And I don't know, about 10 years ago, I just decided one day, because I was near Botany and in Sydney, and there's all these like shipping containers, and I just got fascinated about logistics. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I do logistics. Maybe that's my future. To then find out that it's really just like organising shipping crates and shit. I was like, and working for a courier in a shitty office in nowhere, making sure packages. And I was like, yeah, that's not really what I mean. But it's a fascinating thing, because and I think we talk on here a lot about the intricacies of the logistics of the day and how to make it run and how to make it work. Yeah. And it is so much harder than people think.
It is.
People just think it's all going to happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
No.
It never happens. Every time I fill one of these, I'm like, I'll be able to fit 3 or 4 in, and I can't. It just doesn't work.
No.
So that's an interesting point of difference.
Yeah.
And why like not the other part? I guess like.
I would love to go down that kind of like, because I've only kind of focused on logistics for quite a while. Still kind of like upskilling myself in terms of
sure.
So obviously I've got like a few styling items that I give to couples and that. I was starting to go into that full service planning now that it's a full-time job, and I've kind of got the time to actually dedicate to like my week to.
And I think that full service planning, like you kind of have to know enough people and experience enough vendors and figure out what's going to work and what's going not. And once you can probably do that a bit more, like to go in completely blind and just be like, I've heard they're good. It's a pretty stressful thing to do, you know?
Yeah.
So no, that's really interesting. So, and you were doing it obviously up in Lonnie as well, but now you do it down here?
Yep. Still, so mostly focused down here for probably the rest of the season, but I still get booked up in Launceston, and so still love statewide. I'm very lucky that I've got family still in Launceston that let me go and crash at their place for a few weeks.
I like travelling every now and then. I always poo-poo it, because it's only when I'm really busy that I poo-poo it. When I'm not, I was in Lonnie last week. I had a lovely time. It's great. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm doing one and then the next day doing another one, yes, I want to be at Frogmore Creek every day. But like the rest of the time, I'm quite alright going wherever, and I like seeing new places and figuring stuff out, because I think it gives you a bit more variation in the perspective of like what other people are doing, what other venues are doing, and all that kind of stuff. So it is good. So on the day, coordination wise, like what's the biggest mistake couples are making with like their timeline, do you think? What's a common one, not the biggest one?
Trying to fit too much stuff in.
Like what?
And like trying to fit ceremony, then the photos, and then trying to get to cocktail hour while also trying to do something else. Yeah. And just not allowing enough time for each. So thinking that catering might take 40 minutes, but it ends up taking an hour and a half. Just kind of the timeline just kind of ending up being a bit later than expected. Yeah. But
Are you are you trying to get things back on track if they're way off track?
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. What are you doing? What are you cutting? What are your techniques?
So
let's say it's 6:30. Let's say it's 6:30, and they were meant to be in the room at 6, and they're not back from photos. What are you going to do to get them on the dance floor at 9 o'clock?
Oh, that's a hard one then.
Yeah, because the kitchen wants to kill you already.
Oh yeah. I've had a few times where the kitchen's wanted to kill me a little bit. I think it's trying to either reduce your speeches or just saying to someone that you've got, instead of, I know you've got 3 minutes, but if we can just
jam them together.
Jam it a little bit.
If they're split up, jamming them together is always a good way.
But sometimes everything can blow out. Like,
sometimes there's nothing you can do.
You can do.
It's funny with the variation in weddings because there's some that like feel like real long days with real long canapes hours, and you're like, there's nothing happening.
Yeah.
And then the run sheet could be identical the next day, and it flies by, and no one's got any time to do anything, and there's no real rhyme or reason. It's just, I think it's just on vibe and how long. You know what I mean? Like it really is. Like the timelines can look identical. And one canapé session that's 2 hours can seem like way too long. And I do think 2 hours is too long for a canapé session. Yep. I think it should be an hour and a half or less because I think people drink too much. They need somewhere to go. Yeah. And I think the reason people do 2 hour canapé sessions is so they can join.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which I understand.
Yeah.
But I do also think it's a long time to be standing around without something to some point of what are we doing? Where are the couple? Well, anyway.
Yeah.
And each their own. Obviously, I don't care. But do you get involved in advance and try and tidy anything up? Yeah.
So that's what the 6 weeks is kind of focused on, is helping them bring all their timings together into a timeline, and working with vendors to be like, here's the timeline that we've proposed. What are your thoughts? Is this going to fit into like your hours that you've been booked for?
So how are you finding out what the vendors have been booked for? Is that on a questionnaire or something that you're sending the couple?
I always say to couples, if there's any important information that I need to know, like timings or anything, just CC me in. Yep. Even if it is prior to the 6 weeks, it's better to have it in your inbox.
Oh, yeah.
Early.
Reference.
And then...
I can't stand phone calls. I'm a phone call. I mean, honestly, the nightmare of phone calls, and people think it's rudeness and I don't want to talk. It's like, no, I'm going to need to remember this. Yeah. I want this written down. I just got off the phone with the corporate client, and I just said at the end of it, like, she's all good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And I go, can you just pop that word in an email for me, please? So that I can now email that to Laura, who can set up your file and get this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's great that we're good to go and I'm excited, but if you don't have it in there.
Yeah, if you don't have it in writing, it's...
Because something could happen. Something could get deleted. Something a day off. Something weird could go on. Like at the weekend, Laura would be like, "What's this thing? It says we got to do," and then you can go back and reference it, right? Yeah. But if you don't have it, what are you going to do? You know,
just like or as a bit of a ripple effect. Because on the day you could have, if you haven't sent your timeline to a vendor or talked to them, they might have 3 different times, and you're trying to work out like who's actually right, like which time is correct.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So you're kind of trying to. Wrap all that up and make it more effective for them, and obviously take the stress out of them having to
some within the 6 weeks, the level of service that I provide is really based on what the couple is feeling. Some couples are so on top of it, they're like, we're all good, we'll just keep you looped in the week, the day before we'll just palm it all off to you. We'll send our vendors a message like, hey, from here your main contact is Savannah.
Yeah.
Any questions or anything, go straight to her, because they don't need phone calls in the morning of going, where's the furniture going? Where's this? Where's that? They can just call me and say, where's the furniture
you gotta have
going?
that. We have on our questionnaire who to contact on the day. And the only reason we have that there is because the last thing I want to do is call the bride or groom on the morning and be like, sorry, Stephen's got diarrhea and he's not going to make it.
Call the coordinator. I'm like, what would you Just a heads up.
Yeah, just a heads up. We've got an issue. But it all can happen, and that's the thing. Like everyone's a human, so we're all just trying to make it work. But it's not always seamless. No. What's the most annoying thing a vendor does for you on the day that like you've had to deal with or something like that? Like, because I feel like if you haven't gotten all the information, I guess you're using questionnaires to get all that information.
Yeah. So I when a couple locks me in, I always send them a timeline template, so it's like a online version of it. Mm-hmm. So it's both of us can see it. So for over the time that we're either not working together, or they can actually go in and actually start filling out like timings. And if they want me to have a quick look, I'll jump in. But it's also you can send it to your vendors as well, and then comment and all that kind of stuff.
Nice one.
Yeah, so they've always got a timeline to actually just scribble on. And so we get to 6 weeks and it's like, hey, look, I love this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A lot of big ideas.
How do you propose this happening in this amount of time? And then, I just make sure it's been sent to vendors like a minimum of 4 weeks out, especially for the bigger vendors that, like your photographers or your caterers that are doing those final checks. But 2 weeks out, like whatever timeline you've got, I send it to vendors just to be like, hey, here it is. Your thoughts, what can change?
Yeah. Locked and loaded kind of thing.
Yeah.
If we have to change now.
Yeah.
You know. And are you dealing with like dietaries and things like that from everything? Or no, is that more the caterer's job?
More caterers, more the couple as well. If the caterer wants to know and I'm talking to them, I'll definitely message the couple like, hey, what are your dietaries? Can you send them through? Otherwise, they're all CC'd in, so they just reply on there.
And what about the celebrants? Like, are you coordinating that ceremony, or you kind of leave it to the celebrants a bit, or are you up the back going like high five kind of thing?
Yeah,
that one.
I'm up the back. Yeah. So I always make sure that I go to rehearsal. The day before.
Good.
Just because like I'm in the background, the one that's going, all right, so-and-so, you're next. Let's go.
You're with the bride, sending them down the aisle. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so on the day, I always make sure that I'm ready to go at least half an hour before guest arrival because anything could kind of happen.
Yep.
Like just greeting guests and then just make sure the bridal party's ready to go and then, just helping the bride down the aisle, cueing the music.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, someone asked us the other day why our package starts from guest arrival.
Yeah.
And not from ceremony start time. And I was like, well, do you want me fucking setting up speakers when your guests are there?
Yeah.
Like, we're on.
Yeah.
We're in. Music's playing. Like, if our package starts with ceremony, I can be in the car getting changed or something. Like I said, no, I'm on. The guests are in the room. Music's playing in multiple locations. We're all, you know what I mean? Like, we're good to go.
Yeah.
The package is on.
Yeah.
It's not, otherwise I could just be dragging in DJ decks while your guests are standing and having champagne. It's like, it's not what you want.
Yeah.
It's not an optional.
No.
I need to be set by then, right? We need to be ready to go before they get there, before anyone gets in the room. And then you have those ones. I mean, my biggest pet peeve is like that early arrival. It's like, 3:00 ceremony, guests at 2:30 and at 2:05. The nana and you're like, oh no. I'm not in my gear, I'm dragging stuff around, plugging stuff in, and then they're standing around going like, oh, it's like it reflects. Whilst I pride like myself on looking right even during that period of time and doing it as discreetly as possible, setting up a giant PA system or dragging chairs or whatever is your version of that is not something you can do with lots of people around. It's not discreetly, it's going to be gross. So anyway, it's one of those things. That's why the package starts from your guest arrival.
Yes. Yeah, no one needs to see me climbing up a ladder trying to put flowers up.
Imagine that. You just pinning up lights or doing it's like, no, we're ready to go.
We're
the scene is ready.
Yeah.
Take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Let's go. Yeah. Like, whilst it's not the time,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just one of those funny little quirks that I see happen quite a bit,
Yeah, but I always say that the ceremony is led by the celebrant.
Of course.
Yeah. Like, I'll kind of just be in the background and coordinate with them, like, okay, what cue do you need? What are we going to do?
Yep.
Have you got someone handing out confetti?
Where are they walking from?
Yeah.
Here's the confetti, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just kind of being in the background. Sometimes, if all is good, I'm kind of in the ceremony and the receptions at the same venue, I kind of just quickly sneak off to the reception space, make sure
check it's all good.
Yeah, make sure vendors are okay because you've got all your reception vendors bumping into.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
they need to know where they're
and especially
going.
Like when you've got private properties or venues that need bars and stuff like that. You want to make sure that that next canapes area is like, things are cold, things are ready.
Yeah.
We've just started. You've got 20, and we're going to be on, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, sometimes they can be caught off guard.
Yeah.
So having that person there on the day to run around and do all those kind of hilarious, like, annoying things is so important. Because a friend's not going to leave your ceremony to go and tell somebody that we've got 10 minutes to go. You know? Yeah.
And I think it's also like, if a ceremony's running late, that kind of pushes the canapes, so we have to push that little bit. But you're the one that has to go and tell them to, like, hey, we're 15, 20 minutes late. Can we just hold off?
Yeah. And do you stay till the end?
I stay until after dance floor has kicked off, or until
you don't want to see my skills.
I would love to stay. I would love to stay and be on the floor, on the dance floor, and kind of. But once everything is kind of, once I know a couple's happy and everything's done, everything's been put away, and they're not having to deal with like packing up stuff.
Yeah, everyone's rocked up.
Yeah.
Everyone's done their bit.
Yeah, and then I just kind of say goodbye and sneak away.
Sneak away. Off you go. Yeah. No, it is true. You don't really need to be there until the end unless they're doing something elaborate, or sometimes you have to bump out the same night. Yeah. Which is a big pain.
Yeah. And I, like any private properties, I always try and stay until towards the end, just to make sure that everyone is okay.
Yeah. Private properties are real tough. Yeah. We talk about it on here all the time. Yeah. Just because there isn't anyone really in charge, and sometimes it's a DJ left with 100 people, and sometimes it's the bar is too open. Yeah. And it's very hard to like put your foot down and be like, we're done here, team. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it is a tricky one. But no, Wesley, don't do that. I knew they had dogs that interrupt at some point. I was like, it was going too well. They were too quiet. Too well. That's interesting. Yeah. That's good. So do you bring other people with you on the day?
No. So
just you?
At the moment, it's just me. Yeah. Because
even with all the styling and setup and chairs and everything, you're doing it. Yeah.
Well, we always try and set it up the day before.
Yeah.
So that for me, it's just the little things on the day and more focus on the coordination. Side of stuff. But as weddings or my bookings start to evolve, I'm definitely looking at getting a bit of an assistant. I had,
for sure.
Had a wedding at Villa Howden 3 weeks ago, and we had to set up on the day, so brought in
Howden's a toughie. It's great, but it's
brought
toughie.
In an assistant and loved it.
I bet you did. Yeah. Having someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Howden's great, but there is so many different ways of doing it.
Yeah.
And they all have their own pros and cons and complications.
Yeah.
So if you're doing the driveway thing, that's its own thing. If you're doing that later, that's good. But if you're doing it early, people are going to walk through it.
Yeah.
And all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But now, I'm definitely next season's a lot of private properties and more evolved, kind of like more in-depth weddings that are probably more that styling of stuff setting up on the day. So definitely be looking to get someone to come and help.
No, for sure. Yeah. Well, that's great. I've got a couple of quick fires.
Yeah.
That we don't know. Oh, they're not on here now. Oh. They are. We're on here. Let me get them for you.
That's right.
But it was like, do you like? Okay, so one of them is like candles versus florals. Which one do you hate more, or like more?
Probably candles less.
Candles less? Yeah. Because they go out.
Yeah, and they take forever to light.
Yes, they do. And you've got to do that. That's another job the coordinators do, everybody. Yeah. You run around and do that. What's something you think that venues get wrong?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Not
allowing. So I've had two good answers to that. I've had someone go, so you have a reference, not allowing enough time for people to set up.
Yep.
And no shade. For people outside. Anything else?
No, I'm just thinking. Yeah. I would have to say it's probably not, as you said, allowing enough time for setup. And I know that it's a venue thing, but just the confetti and
the rules,
just the rules.
Yeah, a lot of venues have rules that you have to do, and some of them are a dash arbitrary, and you're just like, sorry to cut you off, but I sometimes think that don't take the booking if you're not going to let. It's a wedding. It's like sometimes you got to have some flexibility in how you do things, because it's not just lunch. It's not lunch service continued. No. It's a wedding now, so we need to figure that out,
I understand there are rules.
Yeah.
But I think for me, there's ways around it.
Yes, I think the confetti thing's been sorted.
Is it?
As in because you can get the bio confetti. Not the rules of the places, but there's enough options now.
Yeah.
That how can a venue say no to, some biodegradable paper thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do get that though. I get that. I understand why they have all these, rules, if you will, but but there are a lot of workarounds. But what do you think? What's a style choice that you hate setting up? Like napkins, like as in, is there a certain fold of a napkin that you hate, or is it too many cutlery, or is it candles having to light them, or is it hanging too much stuff?
I think it's the overcrowding of tables.
Yep.
It's too much in the middle of the tables, because no one can see. They want to talk to each other.
I always put a big thing of flowers on the main dining table in there, which we set out every night, and it always gets moved. Yeah. What are you meant to do? Yeah. Have a low little thing, I guess, is the only real option, but it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rain hits 30 minutes before your outdoor ceremony. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Oh, I've had this before.
Yeah.
You literally tell everyone to pick up a chair and we're all going inside.
Yeah.
I always say to couples, we're going to put it off by 15 minutes.
Yes.
Give me half
So
an hour.
you're pro moving because I'm pro moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, no one wants to sit there in the rain and the wind. If we have to move ourselves inside, you just push everything back by 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Make it happen.
Make everyone comfortable.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I do think there is always the unfortunate ones where it started and then the rain comes. And I also think like wind is just as bad as rain.
We had it a few weekends ago at
Where at?
Rayburn Farm.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah. I was there a couple of weeks ago too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We were, I think we're just, 10 minutes out from the ceremony. And we're like, okay, we're just going to go for it. Everyone's ready. And then the wind just hit. And we're like, nah.
It whips up that hill.
It does.
I had one there where I was DJing and it all actually ended up working out, but it was so, I was on the concrete bit down the bottom and it was so cold in the setup and it was in January or something and it was so cold and about 7:30 or something, I just flagged with one of the maids of honour. I was like, I think this isn't going to work out here. I think we've got to find a way to get me under that awning or something because you're essentially preventing all these people that might want to come on because it's just freezing because the wind was just whipping up the hill. Anyway, it all ended up, they declined, but which was fine. But then it ended up working because like the wind stopped. So they were technically right in that thing. But I've seen it go wrong many, many, many times in which a cold
Yeah, I've had one wedding where we've had no option of going inside. And it's like you just have to go now. So everyone's got an umbrella. It's making sure that the camera guys, videographers, they're fully covered because if they're geared.
And the guitarist, excuse me.
Yeah.
I had to run up the hill the other day at Fogmore because it started raining mid-ceremony.
Yeah.
I got it down the aisle and then I had to run up and play under one of the umbrellas because it's like, this is an expensive piece of wood and it's not going to work. No. Photographers, I feel sorry for them. You just got to have them umbrellaed up.
Yeah. And then I think, now guitarist, as you said, he played down the aisle and then he was inside. Yeah. He was like, I can't be out here.
Yeah. The electronics can survive, the pieces of wood can't. The guitars. Yeah. Like the electronics, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Some people are a bit more precious than I perhaps, but camera stuff's way worse than these. Yeah. These are Bose thingies are pretty steady.
Yeah.
And I have a million of them. So that's half.
Yeah.
There's 8 there. But that can survive. But there's something about it. You got to go. Like, I think people think that they have the idea in their head and they're going to stick with it. But sometimes it's just you are putting yourself in a position where everyone's going to hate this. You want to look back fondly upon this moment.
And I love when couples are getting ready on site because it is. You just go in every half an hour and give them an update like, hey, this is the weather. Like, what are we thinking? Mm-hmm. And then it is. You have to make that final decision. Like, I'm really sorry, but like for your safety, for your like.
Benefit.
Benefit.
Yeah.
We're going inside.
I'm going to call this. Someone's going to do
like,
if you're umming and ahhing,
Yeah. And there's no reason that if it does go nice that you just go back outside and take.
That's true.
And take some take the photos of what it would be.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of ways of kind of fixing it. And again, like it is a whole day. It's obviously the most important moment of the day, perhaps. But weddings are a full day thing, and you can get moments back and recreate things and do things for photos and stuff. But it's I think the overall enjoyment of a day. If all your guests are sitting there freezing and suffering or burning their heads in the sun or any number of things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you a bit of advice for people. If it's a hot day and there's one tree, all your guests are going to stand under the tree. They're going to go there and then the everyone's going to call them out, and yes, they should come out, but they're not all going to see.
They're going to watch you walk down the aisle and they're just going to like skulk back to the tree.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And then they'll come back out when you walk back.
Yeah, it's one of those funny things, isn't it? But that's people. It's people, right? You want to set people off on the right foot and do all you can to make sure they're going to have, a good fun day.
Yeah.
What are some venues that you like working at that you've worked at? You got some favourites?
Yeah,
so I would like to ask.
I love working at Brickerton. Yep.
I've got one coming up there.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been there for years.
Yep. Ratho Farm. I've done quite a few out there.
In Bothwell?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool too. That needs a little, like, I haven't been there in a long time either, but it often needs a bit of a zhuzh and a fix and a thingo.
I've ended up just doing marquee weddings out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where's the marquee go?
So, next to the homestead. So, so next to that practice tee. So I've had a 10 by 15 and a 10 by 21 out there.
Yeah.
And everything's in one location.
Yeah.
So ceremony down at the lake.
Yeah.
They all come back up for canapes and it's quite easy to get everyone into
that's
that marquee
great.
from that.
I've always had really odd layout, weird things. I've always enjoyed them, but like the glass box thing worked for a while. It was very small, and then so you'd be outside that, and then people would freeze and go inside and all those things. And that sounds like a good way around it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I like it out there. I like it's nice. Yeah. I haven't been there in ages, actually.
Yeah.
It'll come around. All venues have this little like flow of demand, don't they?
They do.
You know, Rayburn at the moment is like everyone's going to Rayburn.
Yeah.
They've done a great job there.
Yep.
You know, they've really fixed it up and done some nice little touches to make it good now, like the bathrooms and the ceremony spot being flat, all that kind of stuff. Did you ever do one on the angled ceremony thing?
No, I haven't
yet.
No.
They used to put you at this bit and like, it's like this.
Okay.
And so it just was, it worked, but it was odd. It was difficult. Now they flattened out that new bit and put that tree and it's like, this is good. Until the other day I was there and somebody forgot the confetti cans. Because they did. So I didn't do it, but no one did it. They just left the confetti cans. But somebody forgot because they didn't have a coordinator. So that's why coordinators always
little things.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. I think it's great. I think it's a really great point of difference that you've got, and it sounds like it's your specialty, and you're leaning into what you do the best, but hoping to expand. You know, as it goes on more and more.
Yeah.
But thanks for always working with us. Thanks for coming on and chatting about what you do. Do you have fun?
Yeah.
It's all right.